Ne güzel çizmişler ya. Tatlı hatun. İkisi de çok tatlı hatun. Let's continue. Ne oldu? Birileri görmeye geri gidelim şimdi.
No, not again. Not Oscar. Oh, darn it, why do I have to lose everyone I love?
Sevdiğim herkesi kaybediyorum diyor. Kim kaybetmiyor ki be teyze? Kim kaybetmiyor ki?
So, couldn't you catch it?
No, sorry. I lost your Vorarlberg sphere.
Oh, forget it. Nobody wanted it anyway. And it was taking up window space. Automatons don't fascinate people like they used to. I imagine you're the only one who will notice it's gone.
Ah ah.
It's a terrible loss indeed. More than I could say. But thanks for all your help anyway.
You are very welcome. Good day to you, Fraulein.
Thank you, Herr Müller. I'm off to the mountain refuge you told me about. Good day. Come on, Kate. Herr Müller gave you all the pieces of information you needed. And Oscar must be long gone now. Better move on to the tram.
Oscar yok mu şimdi yani? Ne oldu, iyi misiniz siz?
hell was that thing?
Bir sakin olun be abi.
What the hell is my broom doing here?
Az önce işimiz vardı onunla.
The damn thing is on the loose, huh? Well, good riddance.
Valla adventure oyunlarını bir üst level'a taşımışlar diyeyim yani. Tam beklediğim. Olması gereken seviyeye gelmiş. Kamera kamera takip sistemi çok güzel. Nereden karşımıza çıkacak ki şimdi o? Oscar. Garibim öyle boynu bükük bekliyordu. Şu sahne geçiş kısımlarını böyle bekletiyor. Yani şu sahne geçiş kısımlarının böyle uzun soluklu olması, bu kestirmeden buradan continue diyebiliyor olmamız güzel. Ama bir de şey yapmış olsa, hani sadece işte mesela şu robotu göstermek, tramvayın içini göstermek, kadının suratını göstermek yerine o sırada geçtiğimiz sokakları falan filan hepsini gösteriyor olsaydı o daha güzel olurmuş ama continue diyoruz. Aha, ne güzel. Vay be. ...2005 kışı. Ay, bir sene mi geçti? Şeyden döndüğümüzden beri. Madenlerden. Atkıyı bağlama şekli de güzelmiş.
Not exactly welcoming. I'd better find a way to the refuge. No one here. Hardly surprising. Thanks, but no thanks. Ah, how nice. The refuge must have been a popular destination for vacationers.
Başka bir şey yok herhalde. Introspection. Bir gelir gider muhasebesi yapalım hayatımıza dair. Hadi bakalım.
It's so beautiful, so calm. But what am I doing here? Well, they say bad things come in threes. First mother's death, then poor Katusha, and now Oscar. I can't believe I've lost him again. Am I doomed or what?
Lanetlendim mi? Ne oldu?
Thank goodness I've still got the girl in the painting. Something to hang my hopes on. But maybe I'm just kidding myself. And why me? Why not Katusha? Why did she have to die? It's like this painting has chosen me. Oh, it's a beautiful place. Don't know what I expect to find here, though. Yet somehow it feels right. Can't say why. I mean, why am I so sure this mountain refuge has anything to do with the painting? Maybe I'm just a hopeless optimist. Or a lost dreamer. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Hadi teyze durma. Devam devam. Hikayeye devam. Yola devam. Bırakma kendini, salma. Vardır bir hayır.
It's quite a walk to the refuge. Well, I guess the sooner I head out, the sooner I get there.
Ah, gerin. Admire the view before görüntünün tadını çıkar diyor. Admire the view before you set off again. Tamam. Manzaranın keyfini çıkar. Hadi bakalım.
Bit too close to the edge, if you ask me. I should find a safer spot. Bit too close to the edge, if you ask me. I should find a safe... Wow, what a fantastic view. I should try and find a better spot to admire it from. That is stunning.
Nefes kesici. Ya.
If what I read about the region is true, Switzerland should be nearby, on the other side of those mountains.
Dağların ötesinde İsviçre. Bunlar Alpler mi oluyor şimdi? Ah!
Oh man. I guess that's the refuge, way over there. Oh well, better get
Kulübe.
going.
Evet. Manzaranın da tadını çıkardık. Evet, hadi gidebiliriz şimdi. Kulübeyi de gördük ileride. Güzel olmuş. Çok güzel bir adventure oyunu oynanış
Too many
şekli.
fallen trees and wobbly rocks for my liking. What the hell was that?
Aha. Da yalnız değiliz. Ne? Mik. Inspect the resistance fighter memorial before you set off again.
Now, what do we have here?
Şimdi burada neyi var bakalım. Inspect the resistance fighter. Direniş askerinin hatırasına bir bak. Geç. Yani
In memory
bakmadan
of
geçme.
all mountain resistance fighters.
Ne o, sigara mı?
It doesn't look old at all.
Demek ki burada biri var.
Too bad I can't take a break. That would have been a nice place to sit for a minute.
Hop. Bak bunu atlamışız.
Looks like all sorts of wild animals live in these mountains.
Evet.
Hiking tips? Thanks, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Plan your trip and inform others about routes you have chosen. Adapt the planned routes according to your ability and weather conditions. Pay attention to the weather and avalanche warnings, even on short trips. Be equipped so you can help yourself and others. Choose safe routes. Know how to recognize avalanche terrain and unsafe ice. Use a map and compass. Always make sure you know where you are. Don't be ashamed to turn back. Save your energy and seek shelter if you feel weak or tired. Make sure you're able to get back to the nearest shelter at all times. Greet other hikers. If you want to greet like the locals do, you would say Grüezi in Swiss German, Guten Tag in German, Bonjour in French, or Buongiorno in Italian, depending on the region you're hiking in. Buongiorno. Bre şu heybetli şelaleler. Evet. İsviçre Alplerinin soğuklarına gelmeye
That
başladık.
was one heck of a walk.
Bayağı bir yol yürüdük diyor
Oh,
teyze.
come on. A ladder now?
Şimdi de bir merdiven mi? O kadar yol yürüdük, bir de merdiven mi?
Okay, let's just do this.
Hadi bakalım, hadi yapalım. Madem öyle. Madem bu kadar geldik. Bu kadar yol teptik.
Pretty sure there must be another way.
Eminim başka bir yol olmalı. Bence şimdi burada bir sopa yiyeceğiz gibime geliyor benim. Wagen Dağları. Silber Spül bilmem ne yazdı.
Oh,
sonunda. Bu neymiş? Gel bir dakika. Nereye gidiyorsun? Hop.
That must provide energy to the refuge.
Ha, şeye sığınma yerine enerjiyi götüren şey bu olmalı dedi. Başka bir şey daha vardı sanki burada. Peki. Bir şey yok mu? Yine manzara mı? Oh,
I've
manzaraya
seen
gel.
that before.
Daha önce gördüm ben diyor. Nerede gördüm? Kızın çizildiği resimde gördüm.
That must be it.
O olmalı.
Now I should try to find a matching point somewhere.
Eşleşen, match olan, eşleşen bir yer bulmalıyım şimdi diyor. Bu resimle. Ha.
No matching points here. I should try something else.
Bir dakika dur anladım galiba şimdi.
Just what I was looking for. Perfect.
Mükemmel. Mükemmelsin bebeğim.
No, it doesn't match.
Nasıl, başka da mı vardı? Aa. Tamam o zaman.
No matching points here.
Nasıl ya?
I should try something else.
Burası var, burası. Aa, burası mı var? Tamam. Hı.
Okay. A lot of rocks over there and in the painting, but I need some more specific comparison points.
Bağ belirgin. Evet, bunun gibi mesela.
Those sharp peaks, they look exactly the same.
Daha significant, belirgin. Ne olabilir, ne olabilir? Bu ne? Aa, kalp şeklli kayalar. Kalp şeklinde kayalar. Hı? Bu mu?
No, it doesn't match.
Sky. Niye Sky seçtim be?
That rock wall.
Evet.
It can't be a coincidence. Wow. Hardly changed at all.
Breathtaking, isn't it, Fräulein?
Beautiful.
It is called the Silberspiegel, our local pride.
Judging from my painting, it wasn't that different 60 years ago. Ma'am, is everything all right?
It's
Kadına
just
da bu
that
yüz tanıdık geldi.
you look very much like the person in the picture, Fräulein.
Resimdeki kişiye
So.
çok benziyorsun.
You do know her then, don't you?
Tanıyorsun onu demek değil mi?
Can't say I don't, but it
Tanımıyorum
was
diyemem.
a very long time ago.
Ama çok uzun zaman
Actually,
önceydi.
I've come a very long way to find out about her.
Onunla ilgili bilgi almak
I'd
için çok
really
uzun
like to
yoldan
know who
geldim.
she is, or
Kim olduğunu
was.
öğrenmem lazım.
It's
Çok
very
önemli benim
important
için.
to me, you see.
And why is that, Fräulein?
Neden böyle? Peki neden bu önemli senin için?
For a start, I've lost everything, including people very dear to me. I think you know what that is, right?
Benim için önemli
And the
olan
girl in
herkesi
the picture has
kaybettim.
given me a reason to go on.
Bu resimdeki kız bana devam etme
It might sound strange, but it's
şeyini verdi.
like some kind of calling.
Sanki bir çeşit çağrıymış gibi bir his verdi bana.
I see.
Anlıyorum.
By the way, what is
Bu
your
arada
name?
ismin ne?
Oh, Walker, Kate Walker.
I am Lenny. Lenny
Ben
Renner.
Lenny. Lenny
Nice to
Renner.
meet you, Frau Lenny.
Demoiselle, my dear. My legs never did manage to get me to church in time.
Oh, Demoiselle Lenny.
Demoiselle.
Well, Fräulein Walker, 1937, you say?
Aa,
That was
1937.
before the war, when I could still
Savaştan
run
önce.
like the fawn wind.
Ben de
was the
rüzgar
manager
gibi
in
koştuğum
those
yıllar.
days.
Savaştan önce.
It was one summer evening that the
Bir yaz
whole
akşamıydı.
story of your painting began. I
Benim
remember
resmin
it like it was yesterday.
dün
A
sanki
group of
dünmüş gibi hatırlıyorum.
scientists were staying at the refuge to prepare for an
Refüjde bir
expedition
grup,
to some
bilim adamı
faraway place
kalıyorlardı.
in the east. They were being
Batıdan
trained by a
gelmiş,
local
doğudan gelmişler.
alpinist who was to guide them. His name was Leon Kubatis. Oh, handsome as a Greek god he was.
Aa, Yunan
And an
tanrısı gibi
Olympic
yakışıklı.
champion, no less.
Olimpik
Very popular
şampiyon.
with the ladies. And he was lovely.
Aa, hatunlar
to me.
arasında da popülerdi.
Give me a wink and a smile whenever I served him his beer.
Ne zaman ona
Thank you, Demoiselle
şey
Lenny.
yapsam, hizmet
He
etsem
would
bana
say,
bir gülümseme
in
atardı,
French,
beni
if
benden
you
alırdı
please.
diyor.
Made me feel like a proper little madam. But
Yine
then Frau
küçük bir...
Junta would always shoo me away.
Frau Junta?
Must have been in her mid-20s. But of course, to me, she was an old hag. Past it. And I didn't like the way she bossed my Leon around with that camera of hers. The refuge was buzzing. Everyone was jolly. And the scientists were there, debating as usual about this and that. A cheerful bunch, really, despite their disputes. Except, that is, for one. Frank Hoss was his name. Preferred his own company. Though I could
Tek
see,
başına
even
takılmayı
with my
severdi.
young eyes, he was devious as the devil.
But what about the girl in the picture?
Well, she was there that evening too.
O da bu
She
akşam
had come to
oradaydı.
work through the summer. Her name
Yaz için
was
çalışmaya
Dana.
gelmişti. Adı
Dana
Dana'ydı,
Rose.
Dana Rose'du.
Ah, she was as cute as a button
Dana.
and well-mannered with it. Even father was
tatlıydı diyor.
sweet as a lamb to her.
Take care of the scientist drinks, then go around taking orders. And have a look at the stove while you're at it.
Yes, Herr Gustav.
Will you
Aldım,
be
Herr
alright
Gustav.
now, Dana?
İyi olacak
First
mısın
busy
Leyla?
night since you started, so just
İlk
ask.
başladığın akşam
Anything you
çok
need to
yoğun
know.
geçiyor. İyi
All
misin?
right, my lovely?
Thank you, Herr Gustav, but
Sağ ol,
it looks pretty
Gustav.
straightforward. I'll be fine.
Ben
There.
iyi olacağım. Hallederim ben, önemli değil.
Off you trot then, my lovely. Keep
Sen işine bak
smiling,
o zaman.
and you'll have them
Gülümsemeyi
carrying your
unutma.
tray for you.
Bir şey dedi ama anlamadım onu. Okuyamadım daha doğrusu.
I need to serve those drinks to the scientists.
Bu içkileri bilim adamlarına Ah, kelimeyi unuttum be. Bu içkileri bilim adamlarına götürmem, serve yapmam lazım işte. One spitze, one spitze, birine dune bellerit. Bir spitze, bir spitze artı birine ne demekse artık bunlar, iki nebel.
I must remember to serve the scientists. Herr Gustav put the tankards near the casks on the other side of the counter.
Barın arka tarafına tankları koymuş. Evet, şimdi. Masadaki painting'e bak diyor.
I should go on the other side of the counter. Those drinks won't get served by themselves.
Evet, şimdi. Bir tane spitze. Tamam. Ee, peki iki tane nebel yapalım mı? İki tane nebel yapalım hadi.
The keg's empty. I need to change it.
Aa, değiştirmesi gerekiyormuş.
Here's the neighbor. The keg's empty. I need to change it.
Nasıl change yapacağız? Nereden gideceğiz?
Those paintings. I think Herr Gustav wanted me to help him choose the one he should buy. He must have left me a note somewhere.
Ne diyor? Dana, I have a little favor to ask you. Young Leon, the alpinist, is trying to fob me off with one of these paintings. Does them in his spare time. I grant you that might not be masterpieces, but they are well painted. At least I can see what they are, and I would be that bilmem ne to hang one up on my wall. Besides, Leon's a decent lad and brings in the customers. So I thought as your father sells them and I know so all, I would ask you to choose. Thanks for helping, Gustav.
I should take a closer look at those paintings before choosing one.
Evet. Bu sanki daha güzel bir dağ manzarası gibi. Çok kasvetli. Bu da güzel ama bu da çok kasvetli.
I think I'll pick this one.
Tamam. Şimdi bizim şey nerede?
There's no one to serve upstairs. And besides, there's still much to do down here. I don't want to let Herr Gustav down.
Ya tamam da şey nerede? Fıçılar nerede?
Off you go, my girl. You'll be fine.
What a strange mechanism. It reminds me of the automatons on the musical square.
Otomatonları hatırlatıyor. Nasıl yapacağız ya? Push. Tamam. Heh. Evet, şimdi. 2 level tamam.
Birna, huh?
Tamam.
That should be it. Let's serve these gentlemen now.
No, we'll have to go higher, I'm telling you.
But my point is that it's highly improbable that any primate will be able to survive so high up, let alone thrive.
And if they were thriving, we wouldn't be looking for them, would we? I say they've taken to the higher ground, and they only come down to steal livestock and game.
Look out, chaps.
Gentlemen, your drinks?
Ah, good on you, lassie. Horst, make yourself useful and pass these around. First day, is it? Better make a wish then.
All right, I will. I wish you would tell me what all those maps are for.
Ah, that I can grant you. They show all the different locations of an expedition we're planning.
Yapmayı planladıkları kazının planlarıymış bunlar.
I see you haven't come just for the view then.
Oh no.
Sadece manzara için
We're only
gelmediniz.
here for the beer and a pretty smile.
Bira ve
That's our trainer.
güzel
right
gülümsemen için de geldik.
there. Supposed to knock this scraggly lot into shape for the big climb in Baltayar.
Right. And what about you, gentlemen?
Beyler, siz
Well, let me introduce you to my dream team.
benim
Horst
rüya
Sauer,
takımı
talented
tanıtayım.
anthropologist and frequent but worthy pain in the ass your mother. Rudolf Jäger, distinguished ethnologist. And last but not least, Albert Bauer.
Paleontologist.
And yourself?
Reinhard Berger, biologist.
As Herr Berger says, we're here to train for the Origin expedition.
In return for funding for our own projects back home.
And for the love of science, eh, Horst?
Oh yes, of course, Ehrberger. I'm sure none of us would be here otherwise, would we?
And what about you, my lovely?
Oh,
Yes, son.
I'm Dana. I'm working here during the holidays, that's all.
Tatillerde çalışıyorum. Ben Dana. Hepsi bu. Tamam. Başka? Yok sanırım. Hah.
And what's that one of, if you don't mind me asking?
Sorunun
That
sakıncası
is
yoksa bu
Baltayar.
nedir?
A remote region in the mountains of northern China. That's where I'll be leading my team in a couple of weeks.
And what's this expedition for?
Bu kazı ne için?
Keep it to yourself, but the code name is Origin.
O da Origin.
And if I have my way, it will likely change the way we perceive humanity.
İnsanlığı değiştirecek bir kazı.
I'm curious to know what this Origin expedition is all about, though. If it's not top secret, that is.
Bu insanlığı
Put it
değiştirecek
this way, Fraulein Dana. If, when
Proje.
we discover what we're looking for, you will no doubt remember this conversation as your claim to fame. You will tell your grandchildren that you served the Origin team,
The team that discovered none other than the missing link of the superior race of humans, the Australopithecus habilis, the direct ancestor of Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens'in daha da eskisi insanın atasına olan
Oh, I see.
bir
Now I
takım
get why
bulguları
it's called
bulacağımız bir
origin.
kazı diyor bu.
Whatever
Neden
we
adını
find,
köken koyduğunuzu şimdi
whatever
anladım
we
diyor.
call it, it's likely to send shockwaves all through the world of anthropology. It will help us to explain how we evolved from Australopithecus to modern man, and then became...
He's off again. Get him started on anthropology and he's like a bolted horse. I don't think Fraulein Dana wants you to clobber her with your explanations, Horst.
I might only be a waitress, but actually I find it quite interesting.
Well, Fräulein, the Origin expedition could lead us to a totally new series of studies, or even reveal a new mode of tribal organization, or a micro-society, by the discovery of a specimen that may well have played a major role in the evolution of modern man.
Modern insanın evrimiyle
Come,
alakalı
gentlemen,
bir kazı.
here's to the Brown Shadow for generously sponsoring this expedition, which is sure to redefine our understanding of mankind.
Oh, I see we're fraternizing with the personnel, gentlemen.
Just giving a toast to our generous sponsor, Herr Herz.
May I remind you that this mission, financed by my party, is confidential? Do you know what that means, Dr. Berger?
Yes, Herr Herz.
It means, gentlemen, it is strictly forbidden to communicate any details or objectives to anyone outside our circle, let alone to the first waitress to come by twinkling her eyelashes. Fraulein, as soon as you're done here, I suggest you get back to your chores.
Adam Nazi Partisi üyesi. Bunlar da bu kazıyı Nazi Partisi'nin onlara verdiği finansmanla sağlıyorlarmış. Adam da diyor ki benim partimin size sağladığı finansmanın neticesinde bu konuyla alakası olmayan insanlara bu gizli bilgileri vermeniz doğru değil. Sizi paçanızdan aşağı çekerim.
It is the way of science. Indeed, it is the way of the world.
Üzüldüler tabi böyle bir şey olmasından dolayı. Brown Shadow dediği işte Nazi Partisi, Nasyonel Sosyalizm.
The way of the world, Herr Berger? I'm sorry, but in case you do not know, let me tell you what members of the Brown Shadow do to Vagarans like me. They smash windows. They assault innocent people for no reason at all. They are fascists and criminals, Herr Berger. With all due respect, don't you feel ashamed to be associated with such tyrants?
I would be careful when expressing such extreme accusations, Fraulein. There are always overzealous members of any party, always have been. And even so, we are not politicians. We do not claim to save humanity. Our job is to explain how it came about. Why, if the scientific community had to hold progress at every political crossroads, then humanity would never have advanced any further than Homo erectus.
Dana, chop chop. This isn't a French parlor, my girl.
Yes, Herr Gustav. I'd better go. Thank you, gentlemen.
Bu Nazi Partisi'nin kötülük neler yapıyor bize biliyor musunuz falan filan diye çıkıştı teyze. Bizim gibi insanlara ne kötülükler yapıyor biliyor musunuz? Siz de onlarla çalışmaktan dolayı gurur mu duyuyorsunuz?
Do make an effort.
Ne yapıyorsun?
Lenny, sweetheart?
Crikey, you nearly made me jump out of my skin.
What have you got there?
Ne o?
Oh, it's a camera lens, that's all.
Kamera
A
lensi.
camera lens.
Yeah? Borrowed it from Frau Junta?
Frau Junta'dan aldım.
Who is this Frau Junta anyway?
Kim bu Frau Junta?
Ginger Junta, over there.
Oradaki
She
adam.
married?
Oh no, too old to marry now. She's way past 20, you know. That's why she
Evlenmek
likes filming
için.
Leon. Because he's young and handsome.
Lenny?
And she never lets me have a go of her gear anyway. I only wanted to help her film something. I bet she's jealous.
Kaç kadın. Sadece ona yardım etmek istedim diyor film çekerken diyor. Beni çekemiyor diyor.
Lenny, what's so special about Frau Junta's equipment that makes you want to steal it?
Film çekmeyle
Borrow
alakalı
it.
seni
All right.
bir şeyler
borrow
çalmaya
it.
iten şey nedir?
Can't you see? Who would be interested in Ginger Junta if she didn't have a camera, huh? She's too old for Leon. She
Leon
uses
için
it
çok
so she
yaşlı
can be the
diyor.
center of attention, you know.
Is that what you want?
No, not exactly. Besides, there's nothing to do here.
I do
Yapacak hiçbir
understand,
şey yok
Lenny,
diyor.
but
No, you don't. Feels like a prison here sometimes, all on my
Burası
own.
bana
When I grow up,
hapishane gibi
I'll
geliyor.
live at the top of a building in the big city, and I'll have a
Büyük
swimming pool on my
şehirlerde
roof.
Koca koca binaların
Believe me,
tepesinde
I
ve
do
yüzme
understand,
havuzlarında
Lenny.
yaşamak istiyorum ben diyor.
because of my coughing fits, I've sometimes had to stay in my room for weeks on end. Imagine that. Nothing to see but the same four walls.
Oh, right. Must have been pretty tough, I guess.
That's why I took up the piano.
Bu yüzden piyanoyu
Do you
aldım.
like doing anything special, Lenny?
Özellikle yapmaktan
suppose.
hoşlandığın bir şey var mı?
I like making stuff with Papa.
Babamla bir
He's
şeyler
got ever
yapmak
such clever
hoşuma
hands,
gidiyor.
you know. But he's always so busy in the summer.
Ama yazları çok
Let's be
meşgul oluyor.
friends then, shall we?
You
Bir arkadaş
won't tell
olalım
me
o
then?
zaman.
Not now that we're friends.
You promise?
Söz veriyor musun
I
arkadaş
promise.
olacağımıza?
There, like that. Try not to move now, darling.
Arkadaşlık yalnızlık çekiyormuş. Kız. Ona arkadaş olalım dedi. Hatunun dibi düştü. Bu mu şimdi yakışıklı çocuk? Pozlara bak.
Better not interrupt them. That Frau Junta
Rahatsız
wasn't
etmesem
exactly
daha iyi
friendly
olacak
earlier
sanırım.
with Lenny.
Evet, onları rahatsız etmesek daha iyi. Evet. Bir dakika, gözlemledik zaten onları. Şeye gidelim. Şimdi görev ne? Şurada.
So glad Herr Gustav likes me to play for the clients. This way at least I won't get rusty.
Müşteriler için piyano çalmasına Herr Gustav izin veriyormuş. Bu sayede diyor ki paslanmıyorum diyor.
I need to add more wood in the fire. It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more.
Şey kalmadı.
It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more.
Burada odun var mı? Hah. Odunun nesine bakıyorsun teyze, işte
Perfectly
odun.
dry.
Ne oldu, takıldı mı? Kamera olayı. Bak burası güzel olmamış. Hoş geldin. İyi mi derken?
But I think there's something wrong with the airflow.
Ne dedi, bir şey dedi, anlamadım.
That should be it for the fire. But I think there's something wrong with the
Hava
airflow.
akışı ile ilgili bir sıkıntı var diyor. Nereden ne yapacağız? Arkadan mı bakacağız? Allah Allah.
Now I can finish adjusting the stove.
Tam onu ben de biliyorum da hava akışı ile ilgili bir sıkıntı var dedi.
Looks like there's something wrong with the airflow.
Tamam, onu anladık. Oo, siz yattınız geldiniz, neler neler oldu. Şimdi buldum.
Impossible. That one is loose. That should fit pretty much anywhere on the stove. That should fit pretty much anywhere on the stove. Wow, I've never seen a stove like this. It must be one of Herr Gustav's inventions that everyone talks about down in Wagen.
Babasının dükkanındayken taş atmışlardı, camı kırmışlardı da orada bir Herr Gustav'a mektup yazıyordu tam o sırada ya. Herr Gustav bu şeyin şehrin tepelikleri var, dağlıkları var. O tepeliklerin dağlıklarda bir tane böyle otel gibi bir şey işletiyor bu Herr Gustav. Orada yazları çalışmak için eleman arıyormuş. Bu da para kazanması lazım. Bunun yanında garson olarak işe girmiş. Falan filan. Şu an orada şey yapıyor. Barmaidlik yapıyor.
Looks like there's something wrong with the airflow. Better try another one. Looks all good to me. Better try another one. Looks all good to me.
Buralar karışık derken.
No. Looks all good to me.
Yok ya aslında. Ne puzzle, bir iki tane puzzle geçti zaten de. Bu arada sen tam nerede çıktın? Daha doğrusu siz ne zaman gittiniz tam hatırlamıyorum da. Bu 1937'lerde geçiyor şu anda. Bir de 2004'lerde geçen kısmı vardı. Orayı görmüş müydünüz? O kısmı. Heh. Orada işte şey, kızın kız arkadaşı işte
Better try
Katüşa.
another one.
O Rus şeyi öldürdü onu. Rus gardiyan kız öldürdü onu. Dur ya, 2 dakika dur mola. Ondan sonra neyse şey buldular bir tane öldürmeden önce trenin içerisinde şeyler varmış abi, artifekler falan varmış, sanat eserleri varmış. Muhtemelen bu şeyden esinlendiler. Bu Hermann Göring'in şeyi var ya, İkinci Dünya Savaşı sırasında Avrupa'daki bütün tarihi eserleri falan doldurup kaçırıyor şeyden. Kendisine alıp kaçırıyor falan filan. Sonra bulunuyor onlar. Orada işte ondan esinlenerek yapmışlar. Vagonun içerisinde böyle tarihi eserlere falan denk geliyorlar. O tarihi eserlerden bir tanesinin içinde bir resim buluyor Katüşa. Sonra bir bakıyorlar ki şeye çok benziyor. Ee, O başroldeki o kadın, işte bizim yönlendirdiğimiz hatuna çok benziyor. O benzeyen hatun da şu an burada barmaidlik yapan hatun. Onun resmi. Katüşe diyor ki bu resmin işte sahibi olan kadını gidelim bulalım beraber falan filan diyor. Tam o sırada çıkarlarken işte gardiyan kadın Katüşe'yi öldürüyor. Ölürken işte diyor ki git bu kadını bul, benim için bul. Hani ne bileyim işte yapacak başka bir şey kalmadığı için git onu bul. Benim hatırıma bul diyor. İşte onun peşine düşüyor. Onun peşinde 2005 yılında kadın şeye kadar geldi. Bu dağ evine kadar geldi. Burada başka bir barmaid daha var. Bu kadınla beraber, Dena ile beraber çalışmış. Onun yaşlılığıyla karşılaştı. Durumu anlattı ona. O da işte şu an o zamanki hatırasını anlatıyor güya bizim hatuna. Biz de o hatırayı oynuyoruz şu anda. Özet olarak bu. Ama ha,
This mechanism controls the air intake, if I remember correctly.
evet, daha devam ediyor, bakalım ne olacak.
That's it. I'm done here. I've done all that Herr Gustav told me to do. I'd better go and tell him.
All right.
Fine. No more orders and everyone's served.
That's the go. Now
Aferin
listen,
kızım.
Dana. I know, you know, the brown shadow is dangerous, right? So for heaven's sake, keep your feelings to yourself. And refrain from answering Herr Berger back like you did, eh? The
Bu
brown
arada
shadow is not something you can just chit-chat about.
But
Look, it's not safe. And it will only come back and bite you. Mark my words, Dana. Especially in today's climate.
I only...
Dana, I know. Just be careful. No one wants problems with fascists. You get my drift? And maybe next time I give you advice, like I did earlier, just
Söyleyeceğim
take
şimdi.
it. Just listen to old Gustav. Got it? If in doubt, before you go jumping in with your 2 feet, come and see old Gustav. Got it? So, young lady, you're still off to the academy in the fall, are you not? What you waiting for, then? Get back to your practicing and play us a nice tune while you're at it.
All right then. I
Bize bir
will.
şeyler çaldı,
Thank you, Herr
dinleyelim
Gustav.
dedi. Teşekkür
Play
ederim Herr
something
Gustav.
melodious this time. It'll
Melodik
make
bir
a
şeyler
nice
çal.
change from the military pieces some of the patrons have been requesting of late.
Biraz neşeli bir şeyler çal falan filan dedi. Ha, bu işte o bize bu hikayeyi anlatan kadının gençliği orada. Şimdi geçecek, çalacak galiba da şey, Bir alkışlasaydınız bari ya.
Oh, gosh, I hope I haven't...
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo. Bravo.
Bravo. Bravo.
Clap!
Ah.
How can you clap? Oh, so you like noise, do you? Do you? Well, you should be ashamed! Ashamed, I say! To applaud the music of a treacherous Polish separatist! Rebel rousing! It's this kind of rebel rousing that puts the poison of Marxist Bulgarian ideology in the minds of honest people! And those who partake in its vulgarization are accessory to treason!
You are drunk, Herr Hoss.
Out of my way, boy.
Come, Fraulein. Best clear off until the dust settles.
Gel bakalım dedi şeye. Senin için en iyisi. Ne dedi? Dust settles dedi.
You should have seen me then, Fraulein Walker. I was so young and eager to witness whatever could happen between Dana and Leon. I needed to know, to be included, one way or another.
Bir şekilde ben de bu ya kıskanmış hatunu, bizim bu hikayeyi anlatan teyze. Bir şekilde ben de bu hikayeye dahil olmalıydım diyor. Hey, bunlar mı?
Not now, Lenny.
Lenny, don't. Give them some space, would you? A blasted fight. That's all I need.
Ne yapacak acaba hatun?
So, that's the painting Dana thinks father should buy from Leon. Nice choice.
Try to play the piano. Kıskandı. Çalabilecek mi?
Oh, Lenny. Why don't you leave the piano to those who actually know how to play it, huh?
Bu kadar mı?
What's the point? I can never compete with Dana.
Dana ile boy ölçüşemem diyor. Böyle de çalınmaz ki. Find a way to spy Leon and Dana. Dana ve Leon'u spylayacak bir yer bul diyor. Ben de uzun zamandır dokunmadım piyanoya ya. Sadece gitar çalıyorum. Ay ay. Vakit kalmadı ki. Bu ne be? Respect.
I'm so glad I started this collection of photos. When I grow up, I'll travel all around the world and photograph everywhere I go. When I'm old, the wall will be covered with them.
Dünyayı gezeceğim. Dünyanın her tarafından fotoğraflar toplayacağım falan filan bir pişman.
You all right? Yeah, I thought so.
It's just that if I had retaliated, I would have lost my job, you know? Believe me, I came this close to not being able to pay for my studies at the academy after the holidays.
Forget it. He was blind drunk. Won't even remember it come tomorrow. All Gustav could see it wasn't your fault. Besides, you didn't see him after your performance.
Broken Sword'ları oynadım galiba.
There are more
Monkey
and
Island'ı
more people
oynamadım.
like that
Baktım
group.
sadece biraz
They
da.
don't even bother to hide their hatred anymore. It's like they've been given a mission, or perhaps I should say permission, to abuse people like me, as if Vagarans had suddenly become the scourge of society. And we're powerless to act because if we did, we'd lose our home. My parents, they've become a bundle of nerves. They can't sleep at night. Only last week, our shop window got smashed again, and our neighbors, they couldn't care less, and neither could the authorities. What's wrong? Did my rant frighten you?
Well, yes. Yes, it did.
Yok, Grim Fandango'yu oynadım galiba.
But what you said about the fascists. You've put my own suspicions into words, Fraulein. Because what you say about the Brown Shadow is true, and that's what worries me. I used to think they were just a bunch of cranks in their ridiculous uniforms. But now I can see these lunatics really are serious. Deadly serious.
Nazilerin tehlikeli olduğundan
But
bahsediyor
you
abi.
did know who was
Haklısın diyor
behind the
kıza.
Origin expedition.
Never gave it much thought, to be honest. Only met Huss and the scientists today. For me, they were no different from any other group I've trained. If I'd have known that, I'd have had second thoughts. Actually, do you know what?
What?
I'm going to stop training them.
Can you do that?
It's still a free country, right? So after a few weeks' notice, I'll be off the hook. At least, I get to spend the summer here with you. Painting.
But I don't paint.
No, you play. I paint. It's my passion. And you can be my muse.
Is that what you say to all the girls?
Kızlara böyle mi dersin?
Never.
Hello, you two lovebirds. Everyone's going to bed, so you better come back inside or you'll catch cold, or worse.
And that's how Dana pipped everyone at the post. It only took one look for Leon to fall head over heels in love with her. And it didn't take much for Dana to fall for him. Love at first sight, you might
İlk
say.
görüşte aşk. Böyle başlamış. Evet.
The whole band stayed at the chalet all summer long. Then,
Bütün
I
grup
suppose, everyone went their own sweet
yaz
way.
boyunca orada kalmış.
Did you ever see any of them again?
Onlardan başkalarını, diğer onlardan
What about
birilerini
Dana and
gördün mü
Leon?
sonrasında? Dana ve Leon
They
hakkında
too went their own ways, I guess.
kendi yollarına gittiler
And
sanırım
that,
diyor.
Fräulein Walker, is all there is to it.
Tüm bildiklerim bu kadar diyor Miss Walker.
Where did Dana go after she left?
Ayrıldıktan sonra nereye
Back
gitti
to her
Dana?
parents, I should think. Somewhere in
Ailesine
Vargan.
sanırsam ailesine gitti.
Do you know if she's still alive?
Hala hayatta mı?
Can't be sure, but
Emin
I doubt
olamam.
it. It was a
Şüpheli.
lifetime ago, Fräulein
Bir
Walker.
hayat boyu uzaklıkta.
Where do you
Yani
think she
önceydi.
might be if she were?
Siz olsaydınız nereye giderdiniz
No
onun
idea.
yerine?
Things
Değil mi?
went from bad to worse after that summer.
Bu yazdan
Not to
sonra her şey
mention half
kötüye
the
gitti diyor.
town was razed during the war.
Did Dana leave anything here? Any documents or
Dana
anything
burada
that
herhangi
might
bir
help
şey
me
bıraktı
find
mı?
where she went?
Not that I know of.
Bildiğim kadarıyla
But I
hayır.
suppose
Ama
there might be
olabilir belki.
in Father's old coffer. Must still be in the loft. Junta bought it from him that summer, so she could use it to store her precious filming gear. She was supposed to come back for it, but she never did. If there is anything that can help you, it will be in there. So feel free to look around the refuge by yourself if you like, even though I don't think anyone managed to open the coffer since Junta left.
Thank you,
Yunta
Demoiselle Lenny.
gittiğinden beri o
Thank you so
kafarı kimse
much.
açmadı diyor. Açamadı diyor. Hatun burada yaşıyor demek. Tavan arası mı? Kutu. Sandık. Hatun burada kaldı.
Maintaining the refuge must be a huge job. As tough as Lenny is, I hope she has some help when she needs it.
Bu tarz bir sığınağı ayakta tutmak zor olmalı diyor. Aşağı gidebiliriz diyor. Bir dakika bir içeriye bakalım ya.
That must be the piano Dana played on the night she met Leon. The night Lenny told me about.
Evet evet. Evet abi şimdiki zamana geldik. Bu kim?
Ah, I see I'm not the only one stuck here. Bah, pull up a seat and together we can moan about being stuck here.
Thank you, but I have things to do.
I hope you can stay until this evening at least. In London they have the changing of the guard. Here we get the changing of the colors. I guarantee it's worth the wait. Hmm? English?
American, actually.
Oh, seeing as you've come so far, then. Besides, it's always nicer to be stranded in good company. From Belgium, myself, on a world climbing tour.
Stranded?
Didn't you know? They've closed the Teufelskragen. That's the path they call the Devil's Pass.
So that's what all the fuss is
Şeytan
about.
geçidi.
All down to climate change.
You mean the thaw, right?
Made the path too dangerous to climb and apparently resulted in a morbid discovery.
Oh?
Bodies of resistance fighters killed while leading refugees to Switzerland. Frozen solid.
Resistance fighters? You mean frozen since the Second World War?
That's what the paper says.
Is that what the tent's for?
It's a temporary chapel of rest that the rescue team made while waiting for the bodies to be airlifted out.
I see. I guess there's no reason to disrespect the departed, even after all these years.
I only hope all this sudden interest from excavationists puts an end to the stupid rumors that a strange creature haunts the Silberspiegel. Otherwise, you can be sure, as soon as the old lady pops her clogs, this place will become run over by those infernal tourists.
Sanırım şeyden bahsediyor ama bir yanlış anlamadıysam İsviçre'ye kaçmaya çalışırken işte bir gizemli bir şekilde ortadan kalkan insanlardan falan bahsetti. Kaçakları koruyan askerlerin ölümüyle alakalı bir şeyler bahsetti de tam anlamadım. Bir çay alıp geliyorum abi hemen. One more tea. Dışarıda gene bayağı kar tuttu ya. Dana Rose. Dana yok be, Dana Rose nereden çıktı? Dana Rose değildi ya adı. Dana Müller'di pardon. Dışarıda acayip bir kar var. Bayağı fırtına var. Bayağı bir yoğun yağıyor. Yani o öğlenki görüntüden hiçbir şey eser kalmadı. Şimdi. Yok mu? Burada bayağı var. Frozen Bodies. Hangisinden başlayalım? Şeytan geçidi ne? Önce ondan başlayalım.
Can you tell me about this Devil's Pass?
Oh, it's on the far side of the cirque, looking out from the terrace. As you can imagine, it's called Devil's Pass because it's extremely
Çok tehlikeli olduğu için ismi Devil Pass. Çığ riski yüzünden.
Seasoned alpinist can negotiate it really. As a professional alpinist myself, what I love about it is knowing I'm climbing in the tracks of courageous climbers of bygone times. There's a real sense of history about it. For example, resistance fighters used it during the war to
Direniş askerleri savaş sırasında
victims of the Brown Shadow into Switzerland.
Cesetlerinin olduğu yeri kullanarak mı gitmişler? Ne yapmışlar? Ölen askerlerin. Frozen Bodies.
What about those frozen bodies they discovered at the foot of Devil's Pass?
Well, due to climate
Devil
change,
Pass'taki donmuş cesetler hakkında ne biliyorsun?
revealing the bodies trapped in the ice since the Second World War. Most probably resistance fighters and exiles trying to flee the fascist occupiers and reach Switzerland by the pass. I imagine they
İkinci
got
Dünya
caught in
Savaşı
an
sırasında
avalanche.
direniş askerleriyle bazı kaçaklar Devil Pass'tan geçerek, şeytan geçidinden geçerek İsviçre'ye kaçmaya çalışırlarken donarak ölmüşler orada.
Identify them and give them a proper burial.
I've had some experience with fantastic fauna myself. But what do you make of the so-called strange creature that roams the mountain?
Just another local fairy tale to pull in the tourists, if you ask me. They say it lives in prehistoric caves.
Prehistorik mağaralarda yaşayan bir canavardan bahsediyorlar. Bu kayıp insanlardan sorumlu olduğunu söylüyorlar diyor.
In other words, the usual twaddle you normally get in remote or uncharted places like the high mountain or the deep sea. Twaddle passed down from generation to generation through sheer ignorance.
Surely, from what I read on the way here, the cries could come from an animal native to the area, couldn't they?
That is my thinking.
Bu ağlamalar bir hayvana ait de olabilir. Ayıya falan ait.
Probably scare the tourist one evening or
Turistleri korkutmak için yapıyorlar falan filan diyor. Bu tarz hikayeleri uyduruyorlar diyor.
Thanks for cluing me in.
Bana ipuçları verdiğin için teşekkürler diyor.
You are welcome, Fräulein.
Evet, çat çat yaptık, çat çat pat pat yaptık şimdi.
Lenny's father must have made this stair lift to help her get up and down the stairs.
Ha, Lenny'nin babası yapmış olmalı diyor. Bunu yukarı aşağı gitsin gelsin diyor Lenny. Vay be. Ne oldu? Ne bulduk? Bir şey bulduk. Novel. Ne novel'ı?
An old book? The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann.
Thomas Mann
Funny.
tarafından Sihirli
My
Dağ.
grandparents left me a copy before they died when I was a kid.
Ben
Get
çocukken
around to reading it someday.
benim diyor anneannemle dedem bana bundan bir tane kopya bırakmışlardı diyor. Ne adı neydi
An
bunun?
old book? The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann.
A Magic
My grandparents left me a copy
Thomas
before
Mann.
they died when I was a kid.
Magic Mountain mı?
Get around to reading it someday.
Thomas Mann. Büyülü Dağ. Thomas Mann. Büyülü Dağ. Önce şuraya bakalım. Evet evet. 2 cilt. Bir dakika, bir dakika şuralara bir bakalım, önce koridorları bir keşfedelim. Vay ne güzel, ne keyifli yer ya. Vay. Aa, her taraf örümcek ağı tutmuş. Bu arada bu oyun abi Unity ile yapılmış. Burası bir ressamın odasına benziyor. Evet abi. Unity.
It's cold in here.
Aynen abi, Unity kendini bayağı geliştirmiş. Ya adventure, ya yıllardan beri adventure oyunları oynuyorum abi. Uzun zamandır hani adventure oyunları çıkmıyordu piyasaya. Bu bayağı hem kamera açıları, oynanış,
Another of those cigar butts.
hikaye anlatımı falan, bu bayağı geliştirmişler yani kendilerini. Burada sigara içen biri varmış. Buraya cama gidebiliyor muyuz, cam kenarına?
There. But who could have left it open?
Ama kim açık bırakmış olabilir ki? Sigara içen biri bırakmış açık olabilir. Bırakmış olabilir.
This must be Lenny's room.
Burası Lenin'in odası olmalı.
Not sure I'm allowed to keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression.
Keep your servants also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. Neyse artık işte. Burada olmamam lazım dedi kadın en başta.
That's pretty impressive. Obviously helps Lenny get up and about. Photos of the refuge. Looks like they're arranged by time period.
Ya. Şimdi biraz önce şeyle oynarken. Doğru, sen de vardın değil mi? Kadın hani şey yaptı, duvardaki resimlere baktı kendi odasında. Dedi ki ben resimleri çok seviyorum, resim çekmeyi çok seviyorum. Bütün dünyayı gezeceğim, gezerken resimler çekeceğim ve bu duvar dünyayı gezerken çektiğim o bütün resimlerden oluşacak diye hayal kurmuştu kadın. Ama maalesef duvarın tamamını oluşturan resimlerin hepsi sadece bu sığınaktan oluşan resimler. Üzücü.
This series ends at 2002, 3 years ago, when I began my journey with Oscar and Hans's train.
Üzücü ama böyle bir hayali
These
olup
date from
da
before the war.
tekerlekli sandalyede mahsur
There's even
kalmak.
one from the summer when Dana worked at the refuge.
Hı hı. Başka?
All these photos go up to the 80s, including my date of birth.
Hmm. Doğduğum gün de dahil mi dedi bu? Ne dedi? 1972'de mi doğmuş? Kaçlısın sen be hatun? Başka var mı burada bakmadığımız? Başka yok. Find out about the Rhine and its history before you open Junta. Ha. Buranın tarihi hakkında bir şeyler öğren diyor. Açmadan diyor. Biraz diyor kendini geliştir diyor.
She's still sitting there, watching. Wonder what
Hala
she's
orada
thinking
oturup
about.
izliyor diyor. Ne hakkında düşündüğünü merak ediyorum diyor. Wagenzeitung. ...1936. The local man Leon took a shock and announced called at the Garmisch. Leon suddenly I've been training my whole life for a moment like this. Said bilmem kim. Hadi be. Buraya baktık, buraya baktık. Burada ne var? Buraya girebiliyor muyuz? Buraya niye giremiyoruz?
Dormitories. I wonder how many people stop at the refuge these days.
Ses geldi ama. Sanki kedi miyavlaması gibi. Kapı gıcırtısıyla kedi miyavlaması arasında bir ses. Ya tam olarak her şeye bakamadık sanırım. Çünkü eksik kalan bir yer var. Tamam abi. Afiyet olsun. Yollara baktım zaten.
austere. Looks like a storage room. So that's the painting Dana told Lenny's father to buy. Not bad. And similar in style to my painting. Wonder what the others were like.
Buralarda başka bir şey.
Dormitories. I wonder how many people stop at the refuge these days.
Bir şey yok burada. Ha, tavaran arasına gitmeden diyor tarihle ilgili bir sürü bir şey öğren demişti. Bakalım buranın tarihiyle ilgili öğrenebileceğimiz her şeyi öğrenelim bari.
A mechanical stove. Seen better days. Another object with the look of the Varlberg workshop. I guess there must be an access to the attic from the first floor. Reminds me of Hans's automatons in Valladolid. There's a cap blocking the view. It won't budge. There must be a way of unblocking it somewhere else on the mechanism. I have to put in a coin. Typical. That must lead to the other side of the circus. That must be the notice the alpinist at the refuge spoke about. It prohibits access to Devil's Pass due to the bodies of the resistance fighters found on the ice. Oh, it's dazzling up here. I can see why they call it the Silberspiegel. Silber means silver, and
Hmm.
Spiegel is mirror. The
Ah,
silver mirror.
silver mirror.
Certainly lives up to its name.
What now, Fräulein? I was just about to doze off.
About Junta's coffer.
What about it?
Where did the coffer in the loft come from?
In fact, Father made it himself during the long winter evenings. He wanted something more elegant and solid than the old family coffer where he kept the takings. So he made the one upstairs, thanks to the techniques he learned when he worked in the Vorarlberg factory in Valladolid.
Valladolid in France?
That's right. The price Junta paid was equivalent to a month's worth of takings. Money well spent, though, because it was built like a mountain fortress.
How did you meet Leon Kobatis?
Why do you ask? You from the police or something?
No. I just thought I'd ask, since you seem to appreciate him. Didn't you?
Fräulein, when I said you could look in the guest rooms, it didn't include my room. But yes, like I said before, he was a regular customer even before the episode with Dana. To me, he was like a movie star. What young girl wouldn't be bowled over by a young, handsome alpinist, and to top it off, an Olympic medalist?
I'll be going then.
Hala bitmedi mi ya?
That must be the piano Dana played on the night she met Leon. The night Lenny told me about.
If you get a chance, have a look at the Silberspiegel at sunset. The colors are a marvel of nature.
Oh vallahi bulamadım ha. Bakıyorum ama bir şeyleri kaçırdık. Tarihiyle alakalı bir şeyleri kaçırdık. Başka da bir şey yok ki ya. Hani tıklanacak. Belki de kadının odasına bir daha bakmamız lazım. Bir şeyleri kaçırıyor olabiliriz. Buraya baktık, buraya baktık. Buraya baktık, buraya baktık.
She's still sitting there, watching. Wonder what she's thinking about.
Yok ya. Devam edelim. Bulamadım. Go up. Yok abi. Ha yok. Devam ediyormuş.
Take-up reel. Like the ones used on old cinema projectors.
Tamam.
Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much.
Boynumu kırmak istemiyorum. Teşekkür ederim. Ah. Bir dakika. Dear Herr Gustav, with regard to your letter entry, also manufacturing would be honored to assist your daughter Lenny from the tragic events that resulted in her disability. Ha, sakatlığıyla ilgili bir şeylerden bahsediyor. Both my father and my brother Hans would have been admiring as I am of her selfless courage during the troubling years the old continent of Europe has recently suffered. I'm doubly proud to learn that Lenny is the daughter of one of our most talented former employees. It's therefore with great pleasure that Vorarlberg Manufacturing has decided to respond favorably to your request. Please find and enclose the construction plans that will allow you to adapt the entire mountain refuge to Lenny's handicap. Ha, bunda sakatlığıyla ilgili bir takım şeylerden mekanizma yapmaktan bahsediyorlar.
I must remember to ask Lenny about it.
Neymiş ki bu? 1945. Bunu da okuduk. Buna baktık. Gel geri.
So much going on in these mountains.
Bunu hallettik.
Now and before. But I'd better get back on track or I'll end up renting a room from Demoiselle Lenny and explore the area for weeks.
Bir dakika önce bir şu Lenny'e sormam lazım denen bir şeyi soralım önce bir.
What now, Fräulein? I was just about to doze off.
Can you tell me about the resistance medal with your name on it?
Sure, I was in the Resistance. Not for those medals, though. Nothing but tin charms. You see, there's those who received medals, and those that were killed. And besides, they aren't gonna give me my legs back, are they?
No, but they prove you played a part in the liberation of your country.
Puh, nonsense. Nothing but bad memories. I'd rather not talk about it.
I'll be going then.
Gökhan Çakmak takibin için teşekkür ederim. Hoş geldin. Şimdi artık şeye bakabiliriz herhalde. Buraya çıkmıyor değil mi?
Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much.
Evet. Boynumu kırmak istemiyorum. Teşekkür
This must
ederim.
be Yunta's coffer, the one Lenny spoke about.
Evet. Ha. Merhaba. Hareket etmiyor. Bu da hareket etmiyor. Çünkü burada çözmemiz gereken bir puzzle var. Hemen 2 saniyeye geliyorum. Evet, geldim. Şimdi. Bunu çözemedim. Ha, bu. Ha, bu da bu. Bu. Bu. Ha. Evet.
Amazing. Now it shows the view
Amazing.
from the terrace.
Tamam, şimdi kombinasyon. What combination? Kombinasyon bulmamız lazım. Burada var mı bir şey? Bu olabilir mi? Yok. Altı haneli ne olabilir ki ya? Ha.
Take-up reel. Like the ones used on old cinema projectors. The painting on the top of Yunta's coffer reminds me of the view from the terrace. Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much.
If this goes on, I'll end up reading my way through the entire bookcase.
Çok konuşkansın be abi.
What now, Fräulein? I was just about to doze off.
About Yunta's coffer.
What about it?
You wouldn't happen to know the combination, would you?
I told you before, I don't know it.
I'll be going then.
Allah Allah.
I've told you all I know.
Bir dakika.
Must have got it wrong.
Araba. Aa. Arada bir para vardı. Onu alamıyor muyuz?
Oh, the mechanism is blocking it.
Allah Allah. İleri kaçırıyorum ama neyi kaçırıyorum?
A mechanical stove. Seen better days. Another object with the look of the Vorarlberg workshop. Dormitories. I wonder how many people stop at the refuge these days. A medal for acts of resistance. And it's got... I think the spyglass on the terrace is pointed towards the mountains. The same that are on the top of Yunta's coffer.
Biliyorum, anladım onu da. Ona içine atacağımız çeyreklik. Allah Allah.
I think the spyglass on the terrace...
Ha, şimdi. Altı haneli koddan oluşuyordu. Ne olabilir mi acaba? Sıfır beş 1982.
There are no photos of the occupation of Vaughan by the Brown Shadow. I guess that corresponds to when Lenny and her father had to leave the refuge.
Beş 1982.
Another of those cigar butts.
Yok, olmadı. Film projektör.
Take-up reel. Like the ones used on old cinema projectors.
Çözemedim. Gel bakayım buraya.
Don't want to
Çözemedim.
break my neck, thank you very much.
On 19:45 deneyelim. Yok. Projektör de bulamadık ki. Projektör bulsak belki faydalı olacak ama
An old book, The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. Funny. My grandparents left me a copy before they died when I was a kid. I should get around to reading it someday. Lenny's father must have made this stair lift to help her get up and down the stairs. Must have taken him many hours. It's touching when you think about it.
bu herif de hiç konuşmuyor ki.
Fraulein Laney will end up catching her death of cold if she stays out like that.
Allah Allah.
It's not the time to take the tram back. There's still a lot to do here. That must lead to the other side of the circus.
Allah Allah. Bulamadım, çözemedim. Huh.
The meager amount I've managed to save since I escaped from the mine.
Elektrik falan yok mu? Açamıyor muyuz bunu?
The meager amount I've managed to save since I escaped from the mine.
Hah.
That's the fabled Silberspiegel. Oh, I wish I had time to watch it change color. So that's what they call the Devil's Pass. Incredible. The bodies of the resistance fighters that the alpinist mentioned must be inside. Gives me the creeps just thinking about it. I should try to use some coordinates from the spyglass with the locks on Yunta's coffer.
Ben de öyle düşünmüşüm zaten.
I've already taken a picture of that view.
Tamam.
What if I tried to use the coordinates I found with the spyglass to unlock Yunta's coffin?
Tamam, ben de öyle yapacağım zaten canım. Şimdi 108 var. 127 var. 172 var. 102 var. 108 ve 102'den başlayalım. Ne vardı? 127 var. Olmadı. Gene bir şey olmadı. Ah. Yes. Hey. Başardım. Ay. Bir dakika. Hemen geliyorum. Su olacağım. Ay.
A film developing company. They probably developed Yunta's films and sent them back once they were done. Looks like she didn't note down the end of her meeting with Dana. But it might still contain the info I need to open the coffer. No doubt Yunta must have written this. Summer 1937. The year Dana worked here. Let's see. I filled my last diary last night. Ordered another one, but still waiting for supplies to be delivered to the refuge. Using an old envelope in the meantime. Today invited Dana for a chat after her shift.
I'd like to know what Leon sees in her. I've never seen him so smitten. Thanks for popping up, Dana. How did the shift go?
Fine, same as usual.
Just finishing up here, then I'll make us a nice cup of tea.
Wow, that looks futuristic. What is it?
Ah, that little baby is my viewer. That's why it goes in the coffer.
What does it do?
I use it to put together and edit the rushes.
The what?
Rushes. In other words, the strips of unedited footage. I've finished today's selection, so be a dear and put it in the coffer, would you?
I would if I knew how.
Oh, just turn the key in the lock.
Thanks to the documents found in 2005 by Kate, you can relive the events of the past it describes. Use the information Dana gained in the past to progress with Kate. Ah.
The key Yunta asked me to hide.
Dana, be a darling and put the key somewhere safe. You can't be too careful with these mountain people, especially with that little Lenny sniffing around my equipment all the time.
I caught her red-handed. Ne demek bu ya?
Where do you normally put it?
I have a little hiding place over there.
Is this where you want me to put the key?
Yes, there's a dear.
It's a handy hiding place. Who made it?
Oh, Herr Gustav. He knows only too well that some customers have their little secrets, you know. Just need to finish preparing for the filming tomorrow, then we can chat away to our heart's content. If you could just fetch me a new roll of film from the darkroom, then we're done.
Thing's stuck. Get away. Yunta's coffer key. Wagen Refuge, 1937. Yunta's films, taken during the summer Dana worked here. This one says Lenny, director. So I guess Lenny did get to make her film after all.
Yani ne demek oluyor bu? Lenny açtı anlamına mı geliyor bu? Bu kutuyu açtı ama bize yalan mı söyledi?
Wagen Refuge, 1937. Yunta's films, taken during the summer Dana worked here. I'll need a key to open it. Where can I find the combination for the mechanism?
You have reached the end of the events from the past described in the document. Continue to explore those events, though all the information you need to progress in 2,000 fine remain available. It's up to you to find out then.
Darn it. The end of Yunta's notes. Impossible to know what happened next. But maybe I can figure out how to open the coffer from what I've read.
Tamam da başka bir şey yok mu?
That's a lot. Did you take the photos of the athletes? You're not often lonely then.
Well, look at our sweet little waitress. Doesn't she have a saucy mind? It's called art, dear. My work aims to explore every facet of youth and the vitality of bodies.
I bet it does. I love your photos.
Ah, well, they each represent an element of mountain wildlife and flora I've photographed recently. I use them as a sort of checklist.
A checklist, huh?
Ha, bir dakika. Bu olabilir mi? Ha, evet, doğru. Dağ, ağaç. Yes.
Impossible.
Ne oldu? Bitti mi?
According to Yunta's notes, there was a room on the other side. I can't reach it anymore, but Dana could.
Yani could ama Dana couldn't.
The screen is in the way.
Doldu 5 karış. Evet. Neler oluyor? Neler neler oldu? Neler neler?
Interesting footage. Let's see what's on the other reel.
İzle gör neler oluyor neler. Nasıl ya? Filmi biz oynatıyoruz abi. Ben tıklıyorum. Yok yok, böyle iyi ya. Sen kendin keşfetmeye çalışıyorsun. Göstermesin daha iyi abi. Bulmak için zor. Biraz önce bayağı zorlandım bir şeyi bulmak için mesela ama değdi yani. Tartışıyorlardı bir şeyle. Bir şey hakkında.
Lenny didn't say she filmed a fight between Dana and Leon. I'd better go back and see her to find out about it.
Ne? Ha. Hı hı. Kavga hakkında bir şey bilip bilmediğini sor. Güzel oyun abi. Hoşuma gitti. Ama şey, mekansal olarak şu anda bak ne kadar oldu. Bayağı bir süredir aynı yerdeyiz sürekli. Ondan kavga ediyor. Doğru. İmana gel. Bana karışamazsın diyor o da. Bence çocuk var. Çocuk yüzünden kavga ediyorlar. Kadın hamile kaldı bence. Öğreneceğiz.
Demoiselle Lenny, I saw the film you shot of Dana and Leon.
So Junta kept it. She got so cross when she discovered I'd rummaged through her stuff. She most certainly had secrets of her own, that one.
I know it was ages ago, but can you recall what happened between Dana and Leon that day?
You do like flogging a dead horse, don't you, Fräulein? But as you please. Since Junta never let me use her camera, I decided not to ask her anymore. Like that, she couldn't say no, could she? And that's when I heard them arguing.
Geçişler falan güzel olmuş ya.
How
Tam
could you agree to this, Leon? How could you?
I told you I had no choice. The local guide for Baltayar can't do it anymore. He got injured.
Aynen film gibi, film akıcılığıyla yapmışlar. Güzel olmuş.
There are plenty of other guides in Wagen. Why does it have to be you? Just tell them to find someone else.
Look, Dana, I didn't want to tell you, but...
But what?
Frank Huss, that brute from the other night. He's the one that made the call here. In other words, he's taking revenge by sending me to the other side of the world with the Origin expedition. And he said that if I refused, something might happen. Not just to me, but to you as well.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You're a Vigarian and so are your parents, right? Well, Huss says it won't be long before the Brown Shadow is in power, and he made it clear that something was brewing, and that you and your parents would be first on the list.
What list?
I don't know, but it can't be good. Then he said that other Vigarians would follow.
Dear God.
Dana, darling, the world's gone crazy. Promise me you'll be very careful. It will be all right if you just watch yourself and what you say. I've asked Junta to stand by you just in case. It won't be long, darling. Half a school year at the music academy. I'll be home for Christmas. Promise. Oh, come here now, my pretty Edelweiss.
Don't call me that. You know I don't like it.
It's true, though. That's exactly where you are, my pretty Edelweiss.
If you keep that up, Leon Kubatis, I'll find you a nickname too.
Go on then.
All right.
Ne? Ne diyelim adama? Alplerin aşığı mı diyelim? Highland Painter mı diyelim? Dağ artisti mi? Dağ artisti bence güzel. Kurbağa suratlı olsa onu seçerdim de yok. Altın artist.
I'll call you my mountain artist from now on.
You've got a flair for names, I see. I like it. Beautiful, isn't it? I could stay here forever.
There, Fraulein Walker. That is all I have to say. I hope this time you have what you need to continue on your journey.
Thank you, Demoiselle Lenny. But there is just one more thing. You mentioned a music academy? They must have ledgers and archives. Maybe I'll be able to find out whether Dana left an address there.
Well, it hasn't moved. It's still in Vargan. Go to the musicians' district. It's right next to the musical square. That's all I can tell you. So if you don't mind, Fraulein.
Thank you. Then that's where I'll continue my search.
Is it really worth your while to keep looking for Dana? Is it not just another pipe dream, Fraulein? I get the impression there have been others.
I prefer to look at it as a calling. Besides, I don't have much choice. Thanks to you, she's a part of me now.
As you wish. I hope you find what you are looking for.
Thank you. Again. I've got everything I need from here, I guess. Best get back to the guest house. Get some rest. I'll go to the music academy first thing in the morning.
Evet, geri dönüyoruz.
I found her, my sweet Katusha. The girl in the painting. Her name is Dana. Dana Rose.
That's nice, Kate. Real nice.
I'm gonna find out who she was, just like I promised you.
Nothing more than a good old adventure to forget your grief, I guess. You should go, Kate, or you're gonna miss the tram. There will always be a train for you.
Bunun için her zaman bir tren olacak. Bu herif kim ya? Sürekli bunun peşinde. Takip ediyor. Sanırım onu da öğreneceğiz bir ara. Bak bu güzel olmuş mesela. Tramvayla şehir içinde bir yerden bir yere giderken de aynen böyle sahneler geçiyor. Burada istediğin kadar bekleyebiliyorsun abi böyle. Continue diyene kadar gidiyor. Ama mesela şey yapmış olsalardı hani burada mesela doğa manzaraları falan da gösteriyor olsa bu kısım güzel olur. Böyle uzun uzun bekleyebilirsin yani burada. Ama continue dediğinde de güzel manzaralar gösteriyor gene. Çekil bir ağda olduğu gibi. Geldik mi eve? Guest House'a geri döndük. Bakalım şuralarda neler varmış. Gidemiyormuşuz.
Oh gosh, what a day.
Evet, look motora bakalım. Motor yerinde sapasağlam duruyor mu? Gerçi aslanmış falan filan ama.
I hope Oscar's okay, wherever he is. I'm not abandoning him. I just need to find him.
Böyle gidebiliyor muyuz acaba? Biraz böyle bakabiliyor muyuz buralara? Hmm. Şeyleri falan güzel yapmışlar ama modellemeleri, çizimleri falan hoş yapmışlar. Vallahi döktürmüşler adamlar. Yani Unity ile döktürmüşler. Ben bunu ilk gördüğümde Unreal Engine'le falan yaptılar zannetmiştim. Hani kaplamalar falan tamam biraz şey görünüyor ama kötü değil yani. Bir de ben şey yaptım hani grafikleri ultradan high'a düşürdüm sadece. Ultra'ya çıkarsam ne olur? Bir bakalım mı, deneyelim mi? Fark olacak mı acaba? Yani yok, bir fark yok gibi geldi ama yansımalar falan daha güzel görünüyor. Buranın sakinliği çok hoşuma gitti ya. Yok yok, bak iyi gene. Yani Unity'ye göre bayağı iyi.
Closed. It's late. Frau Wagner must have gone to bed.
Kapılar açık ama. Ben yine şunu bir çekeyim bakayım. Aya. Kimi
I
arayacağız?
beg you, Kate, please come back and say goodbye to your mother.
Ha.
Call me so we can organize your return in the best conditions possible.
Gecenin bir vakti de aramayalım ama.
Call me for the sake of what's left of our friendship.
There's no point. It's too late.
Oo abi. Hah, gel şimdi burada bakalım şeylere. Mekana bak ya. Oo. Ne takılır var ya burada. O saatlerce otur kitap oku, kafayı çek falan. Mis gibi. Güzel güzel, grafikler iyi. Burası da iyiymiş. Eyvallah. Burayı niye inspect diyoruz ki?
Do not disturb. Well, all right then.
Kim? Bu ne?
Vaughan Institute for Forensic Science and Medicine. Charming. Colonel Blake.
Colonel. Colonel neydi? Bir dakika. Albay. Colonel. Colonel. Nasıl okunuyorsa artık Colonel.
Colonel Blake.
Bizi takip eden bu mu yoksa? Hadi gir. Bak gene bir yan görev vardı. Yapamadan fark edemedim. Geri dönemiyorsun aynen. 1983 kışı. New Jersey, Amerika. Amarga.
Is that you, Katie?
Yes, Mom! I mean, who else can it be?
Kim olabilir ki de. Tam ergen.
Another letter for Dad.
O,
Another letter
evet,
for
ha,
Dad.
babasına annesinin yazdı ha.
Last time it took Mom days to find the strength to open it.
Ha, babadan gelen.
Looks like Mom's friends came over again last night. She's been seeing them a lot since what happened to Dad. Maybe, come on, I've been cooped up in my room for hours. Jeez, pulling my hair out trying to figure out the math problem Miss Wormwood gave us. I deserve a break, right? Mommy, can I go out and play with Olivia?
That depends on you, Munchkin. Did you finish your homework?
Yeah, more or less.
So I can come check it then.
Actually, it looks too cold to go out. Think I'll stay in.
Just what I was thinking.
Not fair.
Oh, hello, Munchkin.
Hey, Mom.
Munchkin ne demek? Bal kabağı falan mı? Ne bu? Bir anneye baksaydık, annenin suratını görseydik. Heh, gördük nihayet.
Is everything okay, Katie? How are you doing with your homework, Munchkin?
Munchkin. Ne demekmiş Munchkin ya, bakalım. Munchkin. Birinin ufaklık, küçük sevimli kimse. Munchkin.
Wow. I hope I get to travel around the world too when I grow up. The piano that Mom ordered will soon be here. Couldn't bring myself to tell her that I wanted a drum kit instead.
Çocuk bateri seti istiyormuş. Annesi ona piyano almış.
Mom bought those again. Mom bought those again.
Ne ilaç, ne yazıyor? 1000 miligramlık bir şey ama ne o? Sarah Walker. Our dearest Sarah, your father and I would like to express our deepest sorrow at what happened to Richard. We are worried about your welfare, darling Sarah. You might be a fully grown adult, but we still worry about you. We wanted you so much. You were our miracle child. So even now, as a young woman with a daughter of her own, it's hard for us to see you suffer. You have always been our pride and joy. Just remember, darling, we are here for you should We are here for you should you need us. We will always be here for you as long as we breathe. We shall be with you whatever happens in the spring for your birthday. Remember, just let us know if you want us to stay with you for a while until you're back on your feet, and we shall be down as fast as you can, say Jack Robinson. With our deepest love, Mama and Papa. Kocası bunun kazada falan öldü herhalde ya.
Grandpa and Grandma from New York gave it to me for my last birthday. I really ought to read it, or at least dog-ear the pages so it looks like it did.
Neydi? Büyülü Dağ. Parlaklığı o kadar açmışlar ki. Rüya olduğu anlaşılsın diye. Bir de kamera açılarının sürekli değişiyor olması çok güzel abi. Yani sabit değil. Yani biraz önce bak anneyi nereden görüyorduk, şimdi nereye geldi kamera?
We haven't seen Grandpa and Grandma for a long time. Mom says they'll probably come over from New York on her birthday.
Bir saniye ya, bu şeyin babasının resmi. Benziyor. Find the music box. Neredeydi ki o? Değil mi o işte? Ha. Aa, değilmiş. Ha.
You forgot your music box.
Be careful with that, please, Munchkin.
Ay ay.
Where'd this come from?
I already told you. Your grandma and grandpa gave it to me when I was little.
Doesn't look like it's from New York, though.
I don't know. Must have been in the family forever.
I just love it.
You've always liked it. Ever since you were little.
Will you give it to me when I'm big?
Maybe, if you're a good girl, when I get old.
So when will that be then?
Later, Katie.
when?
In a very, very long time, I guess. When I'll be gone.
Dear Kate, wherever you are now, despite the sad news it contains, I hope this letter reaches you in time.
Oh, give it a rest, Olivia.
Dear Kate, wherever you are now, despite the sad news it contains, I hope this letter reaches you in time.
Oh, give it a rest, Olivia. Ah, what the hell? You want me to call you Olivia? Fine. I've survived worse criticism. I shouldn't put it off. I better call Olivia while I have the courage.
Vay, sinirlendi teyze. Başlarım dedi. Vicdan azabından oturamadı. Yalın
Who do you
ayak
think
çıktı
you
vallahi.
are, Olivia Foster? It's easy to judge and lecture me from New York. You know nothing about what I've gone through, of what I've had to endure since leaving Hans.
Kadınlar böyle işte abi. Bazen işe yarıyor ama ha, bir anlık sinirle bir şeyler yapmak. İşler daha çabuk yoluna giriyor. Hemen geliyorum, bir dakika. Su alacağım. Dışarıda bayağı bir kar var ya. Burada bayağı var. Burada sabahkinden daha kalın. Şu anda yerdeki kar. Bayağı yağdı ya bu sefer. Ara lan. Ne? Ya gene bir şey kaçırdık oğlum ya. Burayı bilmiyorum, muhtemelen. Buradan direkt oraya gelecek, sizin oraya.
Hello? Hello? Mr. Canton, is that you? Who's there, please?
Got your letter, Olivia.
Kate, I sent it 2 years ago.
I know, things have been complicated.
Complicated. I see. And so when are you coming back to New York? You know, to visit your mother's grave?
You know I can't come back, Olivia. I'm still wanted by the police over the sale of the Vorarlberg factory.
Oh, I haven't forgotten, believe me.
If only you knew how much the accusations hurt your mother. Visits from the police, the requisitions, just when she was diagnosed too. And yet the poor woman never stopped hoping that her daughter would come back one day. Or at least call to help her in her final days.
Yargılamak çok kolay ya. Try to understand. Bu kadına try to understand demek mi lazım yani bu kadına? Ya da try to understand desem sanki çıkışmayı bırakacakmış gibi bana. I don't have to justify myself to you. Sana kendimi aklamam gerekmiyor. Evet ya.
I don't have to justify myself to you, Olivia, or to anyone else.
Kate, Okay, listen to me. I thought you had plenty of time to think about how you abandoned all of us. Me, your mother, Dan, or even that poor Mr. Kenton. And maybe felt at least some remorse. But I guess I was dreaming. All you do is keep chasing castles in the sky and ignore those who care about you.
Hadi biraz şey yapalım.
I get why you're mad. Do you think I'm not mad at myself?
Well, I hope so.
But there's nothing I can do now to change what happened. It's over, Olivia. All I have now is the woman in the painting.
Oh, Kate. I should have known. And I should never have asked you to call me. Goodbye, Kate. I hope you find whatever it is you've been looking for these past 3 years. One thing's for sure, though. You wanted to be alone. And that's how you're gonna stay.
Oho, çok ağır oldu bu be. Bu kadar da olmaz yani. Hiç zannetmiyorum abi. Kadın çıkışmaya yer arıyordu zaten. Baksana şeye sonunda anlayışlı davranmaya çalıştım son cümlede. Onda bile şey yaptı yani. Sen diyor yalnız kalmayı seviyordun zaten. Öyle de kalacaksın diye geçirdi lafı. Uzlaşmacı bir tip değildi yani.
Okay, let's go, kiddo. Another day, another page. A new day in Vaughan. I must take the tram to that music academy where Dana Rose was a student in the 1930s. With a bit of luck, they'll have kept her records.
Var mı burada bakacağımız bir şey? Resimler, şeyler var zaten. O resimleri de biz çekmiştik. Tarih şeyi. Listesi. Şimdi speak to Frau Wagner about the latest discoveries before you leave. Bak abi, buna tıklamadan şu yan görevi göremiyorsun. Ya iyi bir şey, kötü de değil ama en azından bir kere böyle kendi bir yapıp böyle bir göstermiş olsa, ha diyeceğiz ki burada bir yan görevi. Frau Wagner. Speak to Frau Wagner. Bu arada grafikler hala şeyde.
Demoiselle Lenny told me the Music Academy is near the musical square. Maybe Frau Wagner
Ultra'da.
can tell me more.
Şimdi Frau Wagner. Dur bir kahvaltı edeydim be kızım.
Ah, hello, Miss. Ah, Miss Walker, did you sleep all right?
Fine, thanks.
Now, is there anything you need?
Hiç ya. Şunları da soralım bari.
I went to the Silberspiegel Refuge yesterday. Oh, magnificent.
I won't disagree with that, Miss Walker. Those mountains are the pride of the town, just like old Lenny.
Lenny is highly respected in Vaughan because she was a resistance fighter during World War II, right? Well, I heard about it when I was at the refuge.
Lenny Renner might be a grumpy old spinster, but to us she's still a heroine. Pity the same can't be said of her father, though. Still, everyone has their cross to bear, as they say.
What do you mean?
No point gossip-mongering. The war was a dark time in Vaughan for everyone, see? Best not stir up old memories.
Everything seems to link the person I'm looking for with the Second World War and the rise of the Brown Shadow.
Terrible times were those, my dear. Especially when Vaughan was occupied after the annexation of Ostertal. Thank God I was born just after the liberation.
I see. But I guess you had to grow up with the after effects of those events.
Oh yes, dear. There was a kind of conspiracy of silence where everyone suspected each other, even their close friends. Did any of them collaborate with the enemy? And if so, was it through like-mindedness or simple cowardice? Were they responsible in one way or another for the arrest or death of a family member?
I must have been awful.
A terrible time, really.
Well, the person I'm looking for is from the same generation.
You'll just have to hope she managed to survive the madness then.
I'd like to go to the Music Academy. Can you tell me how to get there?
You just need to take the tram northbound to the musical square.
Is there anything I should know about the Academy?
To tell the truth, it's a little glum nowadays. Especially when you think it was once the jewel of the town. The students came from all over the world to perform on the musical square, you know. Pity. It's since lost its panache of old through lack of students and means.
Well, I guess I should get going. Thank you for your time, Frau Wagner.
Feel free to ask if you have any more questions.
Tamamdır. Şimdi abi yeterli mi bu kadar? Saat kaç oldu? 3.30. 3.5 saat oldu. 3.5 saattir oynuyoruz. Yani endişeleniyordum, oyun kısa tutulmuş olabilir, hani kısa sürer. Ama bayağı gidiyor. Sen de yani saat 3.5 saattir. İyi, hadi gel biraz daha oynayalım ondan sonra. Buralara bir bakayım ya. Zabaleyin, zabaleyin. Zabaleyin, zabaleyin. Şuralara bir bakalım. Değişik bir şey var mı? Yok burada değişik. Yok yok, iyiyim ya. Sadece nezle gibi bir durum var. Onun haricinde yok. Buralar gene aynı. Bir dakika şuraya bir bakalım ya. Gene aynı değil mi? Zabalayın, zabalayın. Merdivenlerden çıkarken yavaşlaması olmamış. Onu düzeltirler ya. Burada bakacağımız bir şey var mı? Şurada bir kitapçık gibi bir şey var. Ama tabii sabahın körü. Her yer kapalı. Zabağlayın, zabağlayın. Nerede müzik? Heh, burada. Music Academy. Çıksın abi. Koşarken çıksın yani mantıken. Bu bakışı komikti. New notes. Hah, yapıyormuş ya. Ben görmüyormuşum meğer. Introspection before you go to... Ha. Anladım. Kahvaltı falan etseydim be ablacığım. Ah, Oscar.
me down!
Oscar?
Bet you can't catch it!
Don't you dare! Put it down! Right now!
All right then.
Oscar! Are you all right?
I had a bit of a bumpy ride, but I am glad to see you, Kate Walker.
Oscar, oh, I've missed you so much.
I say, this display of emotion is most unreasonable, Kate Walker. I do hope you don't plan such profusion every time I change bodies.
It's just that I've been worrying about you. Where were you, Oscar?
Well, the mechanical instinct of my host took me for a ride, all across town. It took me the whole night to tame it, and that's when I bumped into those little rascals.
Yeah, lucky I was in the area, huh?
Quite. So, Kate Walker, what has happened since we parted at the Balaton River?
Maybe we should just sit down for a second, Oscar. This might take a while. And that's when Demoiselle Lenny gave me the address of the Music Academy in this neighborhood.
I see, Kate Walker.
You must think I'm crazy, huh? Running after that girl, Dana, who must have died ages ago.
Well, Kate Walker, you know I have difficulty understanding illogical thought patterns. But in the end, what I do understand is that you need to find her. Is that correct, Kate Walker?
Yes, that is correct, Oscar. I'm glad you're taking it so well.
I don't see any fundamental difference between crossing Europe in search of mammoths, traveling on ostriches in an irradiated zone, or following your double. These are not things an automaton such as I take into consideration.
Any other thoughts, Oscar?
Well, I guess I could ask you where we are heading, but truth be told, it doesn't really matter. I will follow you wherever you lead, and for as long as you require my services, Kate Walker. That's what an automaton does.
Thank you, Oscar.
Oh dear, I hope you're not going to become physical, are you?
No, I was just going to give you a pat on the back.
I would rather you refrain from having such thoughts. I am not a dog, you know. Whatever next?
Anyway, we'd better get going, Oscar, and you'd better keep out of sight.
Oh dear, I don't suppose I have any choice.
Eyvallah hep beraber abi.
I'm so glad he's back.
Tamam.
Really
Eyvallah abi hep beraber.
Sorry, Oscar, but I don't want to run the risk of losing you again. Victims of the genocide committed by the fascists during the Second World War. Oh, so many deaths. I hope Dana made it through.
Ya buradan hadi. Heh.
Strange.
Ne strange ya? Hemen strange.
I can't open it like this. It looks like it's been mechanically sealed.
Due to forthcoming computerization of the mechanical orchestra of the musical square, playing this piano is strictly forbidden until further notice. 25. Tadilata sokmuşlar. Ha şurada. Introspection.
I only know Dana as a waitress at the refuge, and yet everything seems to fit with her here. Not hard to imagine her coming here to the music academy to study. And who knows, maybe Leon waited for her outside one day as a surprise after returning from his Baltayar expedition.
Evet abiler ablalar. Hadi yeter bu kadarlık, şimdi saat 3,5 saat oldu oynuyoruz. Ben bunları şeye de atacağım abi. YouTube'a da atıyorum. Bittikten sonra. 1 2 3 diye seri halinde. Dursun orada işte. Aynen. Tamamdır. İyi hadi. Şimdilik bu kadar yeter. Yarın devam ederiz tekrar. Tamamdır gençlik. Haydi bakalım. Haydi iyi geceler.